The National Museum of the United States Air Force is the oldest and largest military aviation museum in the world. And while it might not be something we can visit right now, there is plenty to explore virtually. Navigate to their Visit section and click on Virtual Tour. There you'll be able to take a 360-degree self-guided tour of the museum. Scroll down one more section and find Cockpit 360. This section has its own app you can download, or simply load the images onto your computer. Tour the cockpit of the F-16 Fighting Falcon, the aircraft used by the Thunderbirds, or virtually hop on board to Air Force One and check out things like the stateroom, the presidential private suite, and even the presidential lavatory. Find a coloring page and instructions to create an egg carton glider in the education section. Visit nationalmuseum.af.mil to get started. Becky Ditchfield, 9 News.